Kublai pi baro pi pejek rikasi channel ni ban raja pi ka thup khubor jak ni ka tiyo menta kimat ki ba kongsan bo mau nong re menteri rangba na ka benta ka ba amkra riverfront development project ka ba laipu kandai klor kintu menteri ya ki samla ban pinlong ya ka perthei ka ba bha na dong shadong kamdon ka jing le phla halor ka jing pinjla ne ka samoy trikam ki adc ong uno aiktien ka sarkar Hadian palat henyo pu arkenta lalap ya kamet urang ba bala sya tep im hamartin. On sa penbit no asyan ya katarik banra ya ka jingking yam ong menteri. Pedko burom menteri rang ba ikinong ilekai ki bala poi sya kathong. Bat kiwe de ki khubor. Menteri rang ba ka jela konrat ke sang ma man ha ka henyo tarik menta ka tiyo. Ula sam ya ka check ka ba san phau hajar tingka ka ka kanhon shaki shispa ar phautli ki self help groups SHG na ka scheme Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sanchaya Yojana PMKSY Watershed Development Component 2.0
wala ong ba ha kajing shisha labu ya kajing terwa min shua pan khoj ya ka wa khra bat shirpi Henry ka sarkar India kamshim labon jor ya kajing mang pisa jeng project ha ka te ka por aptha ek sarkar ban pisar thamai biang ha ka ba ya kane ladang le menta ya kane ula ong hadin kajing bu mau nong rim ya ka wa khra riverfront development project ba live kandai klot tengka ha ka sngi balang Ula penpau ya kajing kermen scam ba kat ba kane ka project kadang yat kan don ru kajing pen kre ya ka project ka ban kan thop ya kajing pen kho ya ka wa khra pat shirpi ka bala don kampalan haba penpau bat kajing pi internet bat jing sumar ya ki wa ki don ar benta ukonrat ula ong ba ka sarkar kalaya treilang bah bat ki Ministry of Water Resources haba nyau ya kane ka riverfront project ka ba kongsan ukonrat ula ong ba Kaladon ka jingkin show bajan kot ya ka live kandai keluar tengka na kebenta ke projek bat benrap baka sarkar kan sepelai no ya ki tender po ka Taiew la ne ship house ni habanyo ya kane ka riverfront project ke bakongsan ukonrat ula ong ba kaladon ka jingkin show bajan kot ya ka live kandai keluar tengka na kebenta ke projek bat benrap baka sarkar kan sepelai no ya ki tender po ka Taiew la ne ship house ni
But this is a project that's obviously on the pipeline, and that's why we're laying the foundation stone. And the idea really is to give a facelift and beautification to the city. So apart from this, there'll be many more interventions that we will be doing in the next couple of months, and the programs will continue. The riverfront will be meaningless without the river. So let us get one thing straight, that we are not saying that we'll be able to completely change the entire, this whole zone in one go, because as I said, developing the riverfront and developing and maintaining the river are two different things. But again, I want to share with you that we are working closely with the Water Resource Ministry, Government of India, the Jal Shakti Ministry, and we are, in fact, we had put in a proposal earlier to clean up the Wamukra and the Shirpi. The project cost, of course, at that time, and the technology that was available was beyond a level where Government of India did not agree to that particular project, and we were asked to revisit it, which we are in the process. And I'm hopeful that while the riverfront development is going on, we will also be working towards having a project which will involve cleaning up of the Wamukra and the Shirpi, which is very much needed. So we have identified such locations, and multiple parking lots will come up in those areas, small shops, hawker zones, all these kind of things will come up in those areas. Just to give an example of Polo, if you are aware, the hotel that is there, Majestic Hotel and Orchid, and there's a mandir out there. I don't know if you've noticed, there's a small patch of land that is actually owned by the forest department. There's no forest out there. It's owned by the forest department, and it's been lying unutilized for the last 50 years. And therefore, we have decided that that land will be transferred to urban affairs. And in that plot there, we're going to come up with multi-level parking lots and hawker zones and other programs like that. So like that, many other locations, even in the secretariat, additional secretariat area, again some forest land is there. In some areas in Polo, again, there is some MECL land. So we are working out on how we can actually utilize these lands to create parking lots and decongest the roads so that the roads become free for people to be able to move easily. So these are the kind of things that we are working on. We have realized that also the overall congestion in Police Bazaar area, Bara Bazaar area happens because of the an unregulated movement of buses and taxis. And that also is a big challenge because there is no alternative for the taxis and the buses. So hence, they are also limited in terms of where they can park. So hence, the only way to create a decongested environment in those choking points is to be able to actually ultimately have a zone where the buses and the taxis can actually wait. That this project is going to be, of course, a very, very important project for us. And roughly, there is an investment of close to 39 crores that will be spent in the redevelopment of this entire zone. The funds are already there. We have already sanctioned everything. We should be tendering this out.
Kakertong jong kaseng NPP kabansia kun ha ka election Lok Sabha na Shillong parliamentary seat ka kong amprin ling do kalaong bakat ba kaseng NPP kadang pen kre ka manifesto ban pen pau syakipat ba maka dala de kala pen pau ba kalong ka bateri shitom ka ba suk banya kendu ka ba kloi ban le chiki bejengai jong baroki lai po hundri ki constituency nang ta banya snga banya kren ya ki jing e ba di kam ki jongki bat rum jo ban sheme ki rai
Kalaong bakamla ban perkat bakatip bagi kertong jong kine ki election kilong ki babha bat ki batbet ban ye ki kertong ki balalait henry ling baki kor ki bor ke juk menta bada ke ba syuknyot la ban lap ke e ke ba la ja hapo keri Kalaong bakade ke bru ke batrai sitom bat ke badon haman la ki jaka bat kalaong bakane kede ke rukom trikam jangka.
So the first thing is that our party is in a process of actually laying down a manifesto, which is a document that we will promise before the people of the state of Meghalaya. I'm awaiting for that document to be further guided on what is the kind of agenda that I will lay personally as a candidate. Having launched my campaign and awaiting for this important manifesto to be spelt out and presented before the people of the state of Meghalaya before the MP elections, I also have some personal things which I am anyways trying to communicate accordingly to groups of individuals that I have met in the last little over 1 month. The first thing that I will obviously place right before my purview is I will work hard. I will travel the length and breadth of the constituency to understand the dynamics of issues and agendas that are being discussed on the ground. On the developmental front, what are the things that are urgently required in all the 36 constituencies? Because I will have to have a schedule of work. What will I do if I am voted to office of MP? I'm understanding all of that. That also I am making notes everywhere I am going. The third thing personally is to ensure that I will be able to unify voters of one Shillong parliamentary seat. The percentage of votes that I may poll, the vote share that our party will receive are important indicators of unity, whether or not we've been able to communicate efficiently to the people of the state of Meghalaya in our part of one Shillong parliamentary seat. And definitely in most areas that I have gone this far, I have visited about 10 blocks. I have covered about almost 67 villages. I have touched ground, passed by. I have covered almost 1,000 odd kilometers in the last 33, 34 days that I have campaigned. And there is this feeling that an MP is a distant person from the democratic process. So I want to dispel this myth and show the people at the very beginning that I will travel, I will stay nights in your villages, I will understand the dynamics of your needs and requirements. And these are all personal agendas which have nothing to do with the broad political campaign of my party. Once the party has come out with the manifesto, definitely we will have clarity on this matter. I cannot operate outside of party high command. Fortunately, this high command is located within my own state. I won't have to go anywhere else to discuss a manifesto or an item in the manifesto which is not relevant to my state. I am hopeful that the committee that has been set up by the party, manifesto committee, quickly fast tracks this, because this is going to be important for me, because I would like to know what am I getting into, whether or not it is achievable. I need to give myself a timeline. I have to start functioning like an MP who is available, who is there, who is seen, who is heard. And in so many years where state has constantly been under fire, the presence of an MP becomes that much more important. And if the MP is a member of the ruling dispensation, it becomes simpler for the people to communicate accordingly.
Unong ilam kasing Bharatiya Janata Party BJP ubadiru Menteri Sarkar uba AL Hek menakasi palay jong katayo ula Khubor baka jing slam ban pinbanay ya kakateng jong ki kertong nakabenta kanika election Lok Sabha 2008 pusaw kalaban bu jing ya kasing BJP.
Kadba ka jing kre ya ke election kalaya ya hapo ke jela pat ki wei ki parti ki lapan benai ki kertong hinrei na du benta ki BJP kampala pan benai ki kerteng jong ki kertong ki banyak kun na shlong bat tura parliamentary seat haba kentait ban kren AA uba hek ula ong bahadu menta kampadon ke jing yelang bat kinong yelam ba klidu ke BJP nama kane umla ban ajing tip habaya day bat ki ketong nak benta ki arteli ki seat na po Meghalaya Henry Lapa wa president barim ke Meghalaya BJP uba Ernest Mauri ka advocate ke Supreme Court ke Kong Fe Nila El Nong Light bat menteri sarkar uba El Hek kilapan tiket nasional Kadbau MDC Katura bat State Vice President ke BJP Bernard Marak Kertong Nasong Sak Thomas Marak bat CEM Berim ke GHADC bat Boston Marak Kilapau Kum ki Kertong Natura.
Meeting to how we'll know about who will be the BJP candidate here.
But don't you think the delay is gonna cost you all a lot because preparation is needed for such a
I agree with you. The delay will have a negative impact on the party. But what can we do? We cannot help anything unless the decision is taken by the central government, central leaders.
So, any indication, any communication?
See, this will be able, the state president will be able to give you the detail in this related to this particular subject you have asked me.
Kasang United Democratic Party UDP kalakren scam jingmut ba ka Regional Democratic Alliance RDA kan job hakane ka election MP Lok Sabha National Parliamentary Constituency.
Ka RDA ke badai ke kenhun jong kasang UDP bat HSPDP kan penyeng da presiden barim ka HYC ba Robert John ka jerin na kasang UDP na ka Shillong constituency hak bayade bat ka jing penkre ke election ba pol ong bakaseng kala adep banya syakmat hakalenti ke badai.
The party has already started moving in the right direction. Various constituency committees are meeting, and the candidate is touring various parts already. He has visited West Khas Hills in the past 1 week, and we hope that we should be able to complete his taking part in various meetings within the prescribed time by the Election Commission.
What are the issues that the UDP and under the RDA are going to the people to seek their support to ensure that this time candidate from the regional force will get to represent the voice of the people of Meghalaya in Parliament?
Well, various issues have already been spelled out by our candidate at the when he was declared as the official candidate. Those issues are very vital, and we're fortunate that we have been able to select the best possible issues which are relevant to the Lok Sabha. And that apart, since two major regional parties have come together under this alliance, and also at a time when the aspirations of regional parties is going to be a major focal point of the Lok Sabha elections, we are very optimistic that our candidate will sail through.
Namar ka jingpen pau jong ki start ki chat ba kandan ka jing ka do ka bashir khai hapo jong ka snem arajar sa pho nakaliang umintri ubari pe yakatanat water resources uba coming one umbon ula kentu ya baro ki khina bat ki samla ba ki day ban shim ya ka smai ban yeleting e ba ban treshi tom na ka benta ban penlong ya ka ne ka perthai ka bangi shong ni sa ka ba bahalot na dong shadong ka ne ata ka ba a better planet but ka ba kentu ya ki ru ban penan kam baha ya ka but ru ban penan kam ya ka ka bala de penan kam na ka benta ban sat ya ka ne ka tai la ne ban recycle ya ka lembat ka jingpen pau na ka benta ban buram ya ki jingdon ki jing em
Umentri ulakren ya kane hakajing pli ya ka International Water Conclave kaba lalong hakasngi baar ha State Convention Center Shillong. Kadba Dr. Shakil P. Ahmed, Additional Chief Secretary Kajala ulakentu ya kisamla bakide ban pediang da kemensim ban penek pensa ya kemariang bat ya ki kiwa bat ula banjur ya kajing dan kam ban shim ya kajingkit kli pateng la pateng ban le ya ki kam ki pasngai nak penta ki pateng bandang wat ula pen paru bakilong shua man shua kila le ya ki kam ban penek pensa ya ke bading ke saudong sau kun jang kemariang ya ke babaro ki badan menta ban yo ban mat ya ki ne AKA.
Congratulations to these winners. It's not easy to have all the intelligence and knowledge stored in your head to win a quiz competition. Participation has come from the youth and from the school children.
Close to 90% flows either to Bangladesh or to Assam. So just because we are living in a paradox of plenty, whereas the rainfall would have been something like 1200 millimeters, but still we need to protect more and more water, conserve it more, and recharge our water table so that we can live a future of adequate water availability. I think from the school and from the younger age, keep that in mind and take a pledge that we make this planet a better place for ourselves and also a better place for our future generation.
Place are given for International Water Conclave in our beautiful city of Shillong. Meghalaya is blessed with water resources, and as the minister in charge of water resources in Meghalaya, I am aware of my responsibilities, including the huge task which lies in front of us, especially conserving the resource and passing it on our future generation. Our additional CS request all the youngsters in our state, please conserve and protect the environment in our state. Water is the essence in life, has been an integral part of our culture and tradition and daily lives in Meghalaya for centuries. However, despite this natural bounty, we are not immune to the challenges that confront to the global community in managing this precious resource. As we gather here today, we are faced with the stark reality of a world grappling with water scarcity, pollution, and climate change. These challenges transcend borders and demand a collective response from all of us. This conclave underscore the need for concentrated action to safeguard our water resource for future generations. In Meghalaya, we have recognized the importance of sustainable water management as a cornerstone of our development agenda through innovative policies, community-driven initiative, and partnership with the stakeholders. We are striving to ensure equitable access to clean and safe water for all our citizens while preserving our natural ecosystem. However, our efforts alone are not enough. We must collaborate across borders, share knowledge and best practice, and harness the power of technology and innovation to address the complex challenges facing our water resource. These conclaves provide a uniform platform for such collaboration and exchange of ideas.
Working President John Kaseng United Democratic Party uba polling do obadiru menteri ke sarkar jila ula ong ba kamdon setia kanu ka jingle phala halor ka rai jong ka sarkar ban penjelan ya ka samoy trikam jong ka KHADC ba ka JHADC sahandru banai.
Well, I think this was obviously with reference to the fact that last year the state government has already been approached by the district councils for the much needed revision and redefinition of the various constituencies. As you are aware, some of these constituencies have voters of roughly 15,000 to 19,15. But there are some constituencies which have 3 times that number. So in all fairness, if an MDC is to deliver, at least there should be a certain amount of parity, and the same MDC should also be able to, in order to enable him to represent the people adequately, there should be some parity, at least in the number of voters of each of the constituencies.
But the opposition VPP is terming this as your right. It is your right of the rights of the people to have new members as per the term of the house.
And that the government is scared of VPP.
Well, they are entitled to their opinions. All I can say is that this is not unprecedented. In the past, the Garo Hills, the GHADC, has had 2 years of extension when Dr. Mukul Sama was the chief minister. So an extension of 6 months, when you compare to what was done in the past, an extension of 2 years is certainly relatively a very brief period.
Kakong amperin ling do ka badi ka menteri ka badi khmi ya ka tanat ka kot ka khia jong ka jila medak si balang jong ka Taiew kalapan pa ba ka sarkar kala menjer ban Taiew ya ka tulop da ka bas dang da ka 100% ka baduna shakinong tre jong ka 108 EMRI bat kini kan shong halor ka jinghe ka snem jong ka jing tri kam ka jong ki
Hadin ka jingalang bat ka Meghalaya EMRI Workers Union ka kong amprin ka pentip ba ka union kala IT da ka Dorcas ka badan kam ban penbet kerki. Haba penpau ka jing sngokmen u presiden ka MEMRIWU uba Raipar Karaswai ula ong ba baro kinong trejis pa pra kila manjur lang ban pdiang ka jing kentiu 2% ka tulap kat kum ka jing hesnem baki don hakakam. Na kaliang ka kong amperin kala ong pa ka jing khat thep tendar kamshim la trei kam ha satya kat kumta ka sarkar kampat la ban IT ban penyai ya kanong kinti ban jing penyai yaki kali sispa pra ka company thamai.
Actually, we want to update to the health minister what we have a resolution in the general meeting because in this last 2 days we have a meeting with the MD, with the mission director. According to that meeting, additional secretariat mission director chambers number 104, we have been negotiate and bring up to the agreement in between the mission director and the union representative to increase the salary of the employees. The mission director have been agreed to increase the minimum 6% from the current salary based on seniority. That is 6% into current salary into seniority. The mission director also asking for a period of time to complete the work before the month of March. He asking time supposed to complete this matter before March. Means from there, 1st of April, we should get a new salary. The union representatives said that they have to take this agreement to the general meeting. That's why we have a general meeting today, and the general meeting result today that all of the general members agreed to this agreement with the MD. The union have been resolved and bring up to the conclusion that all have been agreed to increase the salary on a minimum 6% from the current salary based on seniority. And then we, the union, we would very much appreciate it that the MD take initiative to solve the matter. So the members present in the meeting are given the names and signature of phone number of all the members here.
The 108 workers, because it was, they met us a couple of weeks back, and in this meeting, they had brought up to my attention a memorandum which highlighted some of the things that needed immediate redressal and correction. So the first thing that was done with the 108 workers is that they had a negotiation with the MD where they were able to talk about this increment that has not come their way because the NHM was not expected to carry on their engagements with these workers. Ideal situation, company should have been in position and they should have been able to have all of these terms and conditions laid out before them as indicated in their extensions of contracts. So they met with the MD, they're happy, we've agreed on certain terms that they have themselves brought before our purview. That is done. Unfortunately, the tender did not go well. We've still not been able to hand over these assets and the management of the 108 to a competent authority, which is in the form of a company. So we will be now taking this forward and ensuring that 108s have the assurance that their 6% increment, which is something that was actually due to them, gets operationalized immediately. That is going to be that has been one of the points. Second thing is, like I said the last time, other important agendas, one of them being rights of workers in the unorganized sector. How many holidays are they eligible? What are the terms and conditions of these holidays? So that again will have to be laid down as a temporary stopgap arrangement. So this is something which we do, and I'm happy that they're also satisfied. And I look forward that in the next 1 or 2 months there should be a fast tracking of this tender. We should be able to get through with it in the interest of workers who are sons and daughters of the state of Meghalaya.
Hadin hinyo po kanta ka jingwat ka kanhon search and rescue ka SDRF bat ibahayeng hasem kilalap ya kamet yap jong ubriu ubata marjat ubrasha tep im ha ka jingtua ka nyot hamarten
ya kene kamet yap lalap na shiteng riat jong unyun batua bat kamet kapat kalap praling khot lengkai kene kamet yap ka de jong uba Marshall Marwain lai post nem karata umbala sha tep im ha unyun batua men hakat step singi sai chain
Actually, it's a teamwork. First of all, I would like to congratulate especially my municipal staffs who are on the spot directing the JCB drivers to coordinate with the concerned stakeholders, especially the SDRM, to retrieve the missing dead body. After 3 days tireless effort, we are able to retrieve the missing dead body today. Yes, I am very happy. At the same time, I would like to congratulate all the persons directly and indirectly who are involved in these operations. We have our staff, they have taken pain, they worked tirelessly. On the first day, they stopped the operation at 4 a.m. Second day, we again started after 7 a.m. We never stopped, and the operation started in the presence of the relatives of the deceased. We always took the consent from the relatives how to go ahead. Because of that thing, I would like to congratulate all the stakeholders, Rongbas, Nongs and all, for their moral support. Because of them only now today we are successful in this operation. Thank you. Continuously, we used to substitute them, but since it is their gases are toxic, that's why I have told my staff, if possible, please send them at least for medical checkup, so that we will be able to come to know.
What is the decision of the board? Is there any compensation will be paid to the deceased?
This will be decided. We'll sit down for that.
Okay. How much can we expect?
No, it will be taken. This decision will be taken by us. Don't worry. All the action will be taken by us.
Okay. After this incident, what kind of step will be taken so that it won't happen again?
No, we'll try to strategize some policy. We have noticed this incident should not be repeated in future.
Kasorkar jala manakasi balanggal penpau bakal adab ban pensyaya ki kam ki baidai bakal lo kayukta ringka begitu ki bab nget ki bab menjur bat kitu ki basngo bagi besyak nyat bat kala penpau ru ba kidon kilat kilenti bagi ru kam trikam kenang bakin wat ban syam ya ki juba
ngangas no ba kani kam mamla halo ka kecik yang kana isu jong ulok ka nani ko office jong ulok yukta ladek berisai kedat kadon mano bang don hakata kecik yang muncul kadon kalenti ya kumika bagian kanjin dalam ha bang ino ya kani kecik yang kawang di kabang koi sya kecik mentoy jong habas ngau baladon ba opres yano ibon kilenti yan ya kita kilenti wat kita kacubang klam dapen kelumar kli show ini lo ngangas ngau pagilak ren lambiang halor kali isu ngangam pa banyak tachu ya ka isu ka bangas ngau ba haju kanya pon wat ship ka bu ko jongpi pa kita ki platforms ki bopunjan sile ka bele
Unong aiktiin ke Sarkar MDA berdiri Menteri ke Sarkar Jelau ba polling do manaksi ni kong jong Taiew uloong bat penpau baka jaka ka don shibun na kabentaki MLA kaliang persya bakinya kren ba wanra ki isu hapo ki saukan ro jong kayeng dorbar thawan jong ke jela ha ka jaka bakinya lam ya kinong thebut syaki surok man la kapor
Tangshen ke MLA ke VP ke la pelong ya gijinge shong klan mangor banda wa tung kambiang ya ki officer bala shong tait ki bala shaweng no la ka yoka yokta ba Paul Badairu working president kap UDP ulaong banalor kane kid khot kaliang persya kidairu kid khot ba kongsan hagi committee ba pher bala thong da kaying darbar thau ai
crystal clear bakat ka act nimla ban engage ya da service jongki priyo ki bala shongkai di kata kalong fundamental ya ka jingdan jong ka lukayta namar ka bor ka influence jong ki brio ki walet retire kala duna shibun banyak ki brio ki ba ki officers ki barang pun ka service di kadai baik tang halo jong ta nong rengi pat ba nginum la ban diwit na ka at hamtam gini ga at ka balawan hadin shibun ke jing ki kleng jong ka ri di ban penong kam politics ya gani da ka ba ya lambak laya ke public opinion kalau ke ke ba nasrohi kamlong ethical kamlong kepadan burom pat kalong ru ka jing bersang pan deflect ya ke public attention lagi issues ki ba don kam shisha. Te menteri kong ampari lingdo ada banyak kedua ke VPP, but hadin kedua kilapan ru sa kaji kedua baru Chief Minister ya ke uru ula dep menjur te ngangek berkata bat kumjuk ke jingdon jong ka assembly session kan la ba kade kelenti kalat yaki bakilan rakyat ni ke jengkan bat minum la ban kren ni ke ba palat ya ke ba ka at ka stipulate ke
Bidan iban ang nomor ba kini kiri keren si pai ba ang ba lada weng no ini brio kan kata no ik ta jing tok kit kan kunta kan ban sil no inu ban yadano
ha kan uru kam kan shield namar ka look ayuk ta kam day directly po jo control the state government pilu platin ni ka day ka jingtmu hi kalong ba ka look ayuk ta kan ai ya kan jing bishar ka balong fair but ba kam day ruka department ba government department di bat ki officers ki basaf ham toru ki serve with a specific tenure but under a certain code of conduct ya ka performance jongki within ka luka yukta di bat ka jingekran ka jong hapo jong ka ni ka commission room kalau open to public scrutiny di nak kata kata kanum dan ke ai ru but ki minutes jong ki jingekran ki jong ki ha ki meeting ru ki long open to public scrutiny di kanu ka kam ka balaban le da ka ba buri la da ka ba influence ya ka sarkar
yung ka jimut sungai wa parlong ba satu kata ka jingban gini ki officer masuk tan kan kata ay kata ka jing tok
ha ka du kop kan kita ngaru nganum sotu namar ha ka jing shisha ka point ri kalong ba ya ki brio ki ba umdei bantung ki ba kim qualify ban shat hung apa ka commission ka at kalong shai de ba gidei bende ki serving officers di lada yi ya tingka bat kata lada ya musla bat kata ka at kala bu ni hi ke sarkar ngin cak kena bagi violate mangi dia haju ko puat pi ong ba pi kwa ya ka transparency ya secara kadar haju ko puat pi kwa bang sarkar kan pen kain bade ya ka at te kumnong ini la ban le kita baru artali haju ko puat
Menteri Sarkar Jelau berikmi ia katanat boarding u iti mondal menakasi baar ula ong ba ia katarik na kabentaban rano syajrong ia ka jingking yam on sepenbet no shen.
Menteri Upentip Bakatnat kan sasyong jingyalang bat ke Coordination Committee ban kentup ya ka ME ECL, PWD, Transport bat Khubor, District ke East Khasi Hills, bat Ribhoy na Lord Kipulit, pan Simraya ke Neka Kam. Habakali Mondal Ulaong, Wayamenta, Sya Tang ya kikali he ban yai na ke jingking, Henry Hagasngi Baraya ke jingking, Sao Hadu Prakenta, dan Sya ya Yanoru. Hadin balap penhir pad ya ka, Hakajaka Badai, Insa Sya ya kikali red, bakin yai biang kata kikpakya umpat ya kasau maciktan.
We are working. We have asked the company to give us tentative date. They have given also, but before that, we need to take some call among ourselves also. We are having some coordination committee, like a committee is there with PWD, because PWD is also having an expert on all these things. So we'll sit with them also. Then we have coordination committee comprising MECL, then PWD, then transport department, the district administration of both the districts, and so also police administration. So we'll take call on it, and after that we'll fix the exact date when we'll lift. Alternative route, whatever is existing, that one only. It is not possible to get a road overnight.
How long repair?
Existing repair will take some time, 3 to 4 months what they have told us, and it was mandated at that time, that period of time. Earlier there was very less number of bore drill machines. Now we have increased it to see that earlier the better.
So how is the traffic now?
Traffic is there. Actually this is the only road, but I think some people now taking detour. That's why he's in a better position, but it will be a problem because Either way, it is a two-lane road. Even in normal time, bridge with opening also, there is to be traffic problem, and now only one way, and either way you cannot allow two vehicles to pass through the dam. The problem will be there for sometimes, but it is being monitored. Now we allow every vehicle, small vehicles, no heavy vehicles. We don't allow any heavy vehicles. Small vehicles are being allowed to pass through the dam. But on the day the bridge will be lifted, that day 4 to 8 hours, maybe 4 hours is sufficient for that, we will go for a complete closure. After the bridge has been lifted in its required position, then we'll put ramp on both sides of the bridge and will allow the vehicle to pass, especially small vehicles not exceeding the gross weight of the vehicle of 4 metric ton. Small vehicles and ambulances will be allowed to pass through it. Similarly, on the day when we will lower our gate, bridge, after replacing the bearing and all these things, that day also same thing, the 4 hours will not be allowed to pass any vehicle through the dam.
Menteri rang baga jelau Konrad kisang maha kasing ba arjong katayo ula sam abat IT yaki shithi thungkam shaki laispa sa 400 ngot ki noi kai school LP baru kumju ula palat pat ba ya ka teaching learning material kit kabala tip kum ko ka jadwi pitara kabala mang na kabenda ki khenna ki badang room school ningkong
Ya kini Siti Tungkam la IT hakajing yalang ke Balong ha State Convention Center Shillong hakajing donlang Menteri Katnat Pule Putih Urakam Sangma haba ai jingkren hakajing yalang Menteri rang ba ula ong bakane ka program kamde setia ke bakut tang hakajing samik Siti Tungkam Shakinong Ikai School LP badang syuyok kam Henry kaderu kasngi ban pentip ya katong ba kajing angnot jong kasor ka jela
Desa Pisha Pengrup Moy Hamtas Nongsin Wandi Pranglin W Dingdong Daypor Lingshiang Pishai Borsta Maulong Bashailin Karbuli Next Grisha Jones Imle, Lawan Shan Nokanri, Marika Majau.
On behalf of the
Khubor. Next, we have a special section here.
And the joy of discovery and learning, from language exploration to nurturing numerical,
Also known as the TLM kit for preschoolers.
Language learning kit, which contains items such as alphabet forest, sequence storytelling cards, and a storyboard with 2 stories. Animal discovery, measurement scale of paper, string and beads, number.
They've all opened TLM kits. A very good initiative for all the school children of Meghalaya, especially the preschoolers, who will be receiving. I'm guessing it's about 30 to 35,000 kits. I request all the teachers to kindly come.
And as you assume as a teacher with a great responsibility, it should not be the ends, the final of your destination. but my friends, my young teachers, let me reminds you that is the beginning of your responsibility to make difference in many family, in many individual, and in the society. Therefore today, as a teacher, my young friends, you'll be going out from tomorrow to serve the people. And you have to work with a full dedication and a commitment. But make sure, please do not serve the society only for the salary, with the times, but always please serve the society beyond the boundary limit of your official's duty.
We might be doing different things in different ways, in different positions, but then we are all here to achieve the same goal, which is to take our state and our people forward. And it is only achievable and only doable if all of us work together. I have always believed that investment in human capital is the biggest and the most important investment we can make. I repeat this everywhere I go. If a nation and if a state is aspiring to move forward and become one of the most developed states, and also become a model state as mentioned by the Honorable Minister, it may take time. It's not something that will happen in 1 month or 1 year or even maybe in 5 years' time. It will take time. But until and unless we as a government, as a society, as a team, we don't invest in the right areas, we will not achieve those goals. And hence, human capital, the productivity that we want to achieve, the way we would like to see every young mind work to its highest potential, to its highest productivity, and not just become any normal person, but be able to really shine in the state, in the country, the world, if possible. What do we do to create that opportunity in the person's mind? That's really what we're working at. The most difficult times that a child faces in his or her life is a time when the child is above 8 years old and in adolescence, what we call, going into teenage. Especially today's world with social media and the different kind of peer pressure that we have, different kind of distractions that we have, social problems like drugs we have, early pregnancy, teenage pregnancy we have. These all happen from the age of 9 to about 19. And again, in the teenage to the adulthood is a time when they are ultimately able to excel based on the foundations that we lay. They're able to excel in what they are going to do and become in their lives in the future. And that's when the opportunities, like for example, we have enough opportunities and infrastructure for education, for sports, for music, and for entrepreneurship, or anything that they would like to do in life. That happens, and then at the later stage, and of course then adulthood comes in. One needs to understand this entire life cycle of a child. And until we don't realize it as a government, just by doing piecemeal tokenism of giving you the appointment letter, inaugurating one building, school, changing the course, of course all these things do matter, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. But you need to see the big picture. You need to understand what we are trying to do. And let me tell you, while I explain that to you, Meghalaya is one of the few states that has actually started working on all the life cycle sections that are there.
Kariboy People's Council karapan pau ya kajing ek bakraw halor kajing kiu palat kabay boarding ha ki than Jonga district but kaladawa na menteri ubri khmi ya katanat boarding iti mondal ba unpin bet nok loy ya ka kam khanang ban la ban weng ya kani kajing ek ba ban juri ki pat ba ka te ka than
Hakipori baladep habangi yait ban
survey ya kishnong kamtam ka riboy ka jungi kadi win na ki district ka basa dian ngilaya chibun til kishnong ban sutu ya ka jungi jongki nong shong shnong hadin ba ngila lap ya ki eke baro ngila penkre ya ka we ka report ka bolong very detail te ya ka tu ka report ngila yo ban Bu Ahmad Jokowi Jokowi Minister Madrasni kabangala pan batai pi khandiat na kita ki ba ngila yo Bu Ahmad Jokowi pi hari boy kumba julong ki kini ki basyong hapo na pendong kawi ka bangi jiyo ay kajing ujor na kawi ko por siya kawi par kalong ya kajing bompoy jong kabil ha por ka babiya mo da ka buong bompoy kabil ha por ka babiya ka bamut ba kini ki meter ida nganom shim na kano ka subdivision na kran kalumang ka district kai ka baki jule maki kalong ba daladi ka por bakin ya sam ya kabil kim jupan poi hadu hatliu yeng jong kitu ki consumer so kai ka baki kile kalong ba kibu hadu kan sya ki ay ki bru halti singkin ki belok unauthorized bom itu tela ka tu kabil ka poi nem sya ka tu kalong yeng ki bapun kam yang lain kamlong tikna kai ka bajapan dakalane kabil dagalalang sipo wajar arpo laipo saupo hangadu por ki yo e kabel but anong kendong hi kuma pitip kini ki beri babela mensi jamit pisal alun so kani ka budget ki haban manage ka por ka ba baro kalong timely la kadi ka jingtiet ka bam kadi baro ki jing don kam tekan ka jing bomla jong kini ki meter ida kam di bangi ni ong ba kadi ka problem kabaki kimla adalah demo ban lek khnang nya kata ka kamen rei ka kabangi ni address yu mendak sing kalong ba ka shortage of manpower pila ada pipet ye kini ki meter ida ka we gishnong kabaki ki de ban cover ta kumno ruspa teli kini ki longying henrei ki cover double ye kata khatar khat lai spa teli ki longying te kamde ka basup hanu kendong ka kamlong ka mahasor ki ying ki long marsundai markhap kalau dengi keren ruspa teliki ying hanu kendong kapamut na weulum sya weulum ti kata kadi gajing te ka shode chup manpower kamdi ka hapo office hindi hapo office ni ini saki ya kata te kita paro kidi gijing kiba ni atu ya u power minister da ka baburum ni smutu ba ka position jong ka power at this point in time kam don ka position ka bapiang despite ki challenges beper ni la kan tu ya uba kini kita ki basic necessities bakum ki breu ni don kam ban pentulu ni kam syakmat bat hakini ki juk ki bamanta claim ka laj ni nom la hi ban le ki no ki jai kam ban ka wi no pring jong kata kalong ba hakini ki diet sing ki bala adap ni yo bali kendu bar ki nong snong jong ka wi ni snong hapo no po constituency ka nong songu hanong songu menta ki don ki longying kumba saupo tili ki longying te menta la ba khandai benai tam kim yo laj ka jing bom yo laj ka jong ki nomor po transformer ula snu bat ban repair ni ka tuka ya katu transformer na kalian juga office kamtre nama baki don ki dues ki don ki outstanding tenrei katu ka outstanding ka bangakran kali yang ka bamne kabil kampoi ka por ka babiang kajing bompoi juga por ka babiang kini ki consumer ki mla ban siwi ka belaj but kum kini ki case ki don nakaleng juga district dan nakalian jungi kum gaseng ni 8 pau khmat jong power minister baki hak ban simlan kini ki eke baro ki meter readers kidai additionally dang dei bandang recruit kidang dei bandang ai kami ki babun ki jingdon kam te kini baro ni labu ya ka jingto akmat ga jongi te ngin pet ni haban pudin ne ga kam nomor kam dei tang ka nongpo subdivision baro ki ka district hi ka syam ya kan ga ju ka jing kata ka dei ka bangi address akmat ga jongi
UCEM ke KHADC ba penyat sing CM ulapan bena ba dia thu ba na ka benta ban penbha ba ban shna ya ki surok na ka benta ban penlong ya ka presbytery ha ka shnong maulong ha mau diang lamang ya ka tingka ka ba like lor sanpu nyo lak tam lani duna
Ulai tu ya kene hak jingelang kembala long hasnong maulong hadien bala jurep ya kijing pin kre pin krom nak menta ka te jingeseng ka ban stang na du ka khanriu khanyo bat kut hak ka khat pra menta obnai ulai tu bawat ya ka work order umpat yo henre na kaliang ki kontraktor kila nang trei ka kam tat hadu ba kene ka jingeseng kan long ka job wala ong banadu bastang balai kendu bat kinong ya lambalang bat ki bors nong ru kumju inyai budin tat hadu banda dep ke kam malha ka baya dei bat ke ru la dep ban yathu bat ka tnat PHE bakan don jing thot hakasngi ba penlong le ka jing seng
nabun ni remo. Cakap. Pendendir bang bahad gua apa kan ban baroka sano cakap. Tapi satu gendrung sia. Ngata habis keliling sir ba dong
Gendrung singa bro deh kata di respect lah gua suruk-suruk belum lupa.
Nomor ba ka.
Kau kan kau lagi mana sen suara dia dah.
Ndo ba belum tu kan. Long pikwa level tu. Kali dia.
Tengah tu gendrung singa dia long dek haj sana dah tolong sudah sana betul betul.
Isapun baik kawan.
Macam kamu tak siapa pak long ni. Nak naik penduk serok bersih penduk apa.
Pengen niat dan long tak.
Sudah lama lain macam sih siapa. Oh, lak. Oh, nak tu semua bor sama.
Hah?
Baik terap ha. Buat ni. Bos.
Kenegacing.com Namar ba kapor kamde syu kaba jengai rani kaba dang biang kapor bengin yatrai te la dei hau November kumboong iba litep engineer la khuslai ba hoi ka estimate la ban pendap hatun yo sanction na mini ka scheme te hnrei da ka jingai ka bas scam boblem ya lam lenti hi yangi ya ka e ka bangit hu nam ta babha khamtam ya ka kam balang hashnong kaban mentoy lang ka imlang salang ipai pa ni dah ka jing sus scam ni ya penbet ya kawai ka meeting ringkat bat i deputy chief minister bari in charge ya ka PWD has secretariat te nakaliang ki pastor nakaliang ki tunan basan ringkat dah ka jing penbet jungi layok bani kendu ya deputy chief minister has secretariat ban penpau ya kanika jing dan kam let's say habai de ni jing sing te nakaliang jung deputy chief minister lakhot lang ru ya but ngilayok bani penbet ya kanika kam hoi kadai ka ba khuslai penjenjar ni namar ba kadai ka por ka bala la dehi ka por long jeseng mata badai ba at khat pratarik te hnrei ku mangilaong ba kadai ka kam jong blai ka kam jong balang ngimshim la kentai bat ni pediang ya ka ba ngin pendap ikani ka kam te nakaliang jungiru ngilakit khia bat menta baro kikam habide bat kikot kisla let's say la benong ba la dep artat saben penbiang te hendrei ngisuthu pat benong banda up ya ka kot ban yo hadu ka work order ban yo sanction let's say ngin yo surok ngin yo development chu ni nta ni jing sek kala like no ka por ni makan simpor we ar lai benai te da ka jing ba khli jong deputy chief minister bat ni ni la ya penbet iki contractor ki bodan mensim ban ya trei ni ka kam bat kiru kila ya menjur ban ya rap lem ya ka balang ban ka shnong hang ni kila ya wan mi show office PWD ban terwai la de bakilong bakloi ban ya rap ya kanika balang hang ni wat lada ka wak odam pat yo handai ki kot kisla kila ya but kermen scam let's say mentau benai la ben pendap dot ya baro habide ki kot kisla
Menteri Rang Baga Jelau Konrad ke Sangma ulapin Khuboram ha ka jingalang ka bakarpang ka balapenlong ha ususutham auditorium minta katiyo syakitu kinong ilakai ki belawan ra nam bad ki belayo khori ki kusnam ha ka Meghalaya Games 2024 bad ka Khelo India Youth Games 2024
Hak program na don lang ke Menteri ke Health and Family Welfare ke Kong Amberin Lingdo pada Menteri ke Tenat Sports and Youth Affairs Ushangkler Wajri habakren ke program Khuboram Menteri Rang Ba Konrad ke Sangma ulai jing khublei ya kibala job bat kibala wanra Khuboram ya ke jela haba ya day bat ke jing don kam jom ke jela ulai ke jingiro ya ke MSOA bat kiseng ya lekai boper bat ya ke Tenat Sports lo ke jingno senyeng ha ke Meghalaya Games ulai khublei ru ya ke kinhon ya lekai football bakila job ya ke Khelo India Youth Games ulaong bakane ke genhon krapelong ya ke jela bedap da ke jing sngo sarong
After gymnastics, we move on to the winners of the basketball 5th Meghalaya Games. East Khasi Hills boys, Danish for the felicitation of sports achievers. So I would like to thank all our guests and dignitaries.
In wrestling, we have Frankie Moman from East Khasi Hills District. Please come forward. Obadiah Kelpon, please come forward.
After Taekwondo, we will move on to athletics. The few winners from athletics: Joyful Narlong, Ribhoy, Linti Jikerman, Southwest Khasi Hills, Marcellus Ramsey, Southwest Khasi Hills, Primus Rockhi from Ribhoy, Renaldi Dhar, West Jankia.
So at the very outset, I would like to congratulate all the winners today and really wish you all the very best. You have made yourself, your family, and each and every one of us proud. So I think it would be appropriate that let's give each other, in fact all of you, a huge round of applause. Many, many congratulations for the great achievements that you have achieved. That we would like to make you as icons and as motivation for other youth to be able to look at you and say that, well, I would like to be like them. And I would like to also be one of those people who are able to achieve. And hence, I would like to tell the youth who are here today that you have a very important and responsible role to play. Today, you might think that you just won a medal, but it's not about just the medal or the award that you will get. It is about the recognition that you're getting today in the state. It's about how your colleagues, your friends, other youth of the state today are looking up to you. Hence, I would request all of you that be that responsible person. Guide other youths. Tell them your story of how you have done and achieved what you have achieved. That you will face challenges in life. But it is how you face them and how you improve and how you overcome them. That is really what matters. And I'm happy to see that the MSOA, the sports department, and all the organizing committee members overcame many challenges and been making the games better and better every year. I really look forward to the games in Genti Hills in July, which will be in about a year's time. And I hope that all of you have started practicing for the event. We really hope that this year we had about 3,000 athletes. I'm hoping that we will be having many more in the next games. Hopefully maybe 4,000 to even 5,000 athletes participating in the future games to come. You will see that it is not just our speeches or the kind of words that we give, but in action, we have been able to invest in our youth. If you minus the infrastructures, which will be more than 700-800 crores today in different infrastructures for the sport within this last 5 years, in the different programs, as I said, for grassroots music program, Yes Meghalaya program, Prime Entrepreneurship program, Northeast Olympics, different Meghalaya games, different association games. The government of Meghalaya has spent more than 125 crores in different programs to organize and to mobilize the youth. And let me assure you that we will continue to do that, and we will be investing in the youth, because as mentioned by our Honorable Sports Minister, you are the future of our state, and we want to give the best opportunity to you to be able to shine in whatever area that you have passion in and that you want to move forward in.
Hasho abangin pin kut ngin pin so biang shapi ki phangi ba kongsan sa shisien. Bo mau nong remu Menteri Rangba na kabenta kaba umkra Riverfront Development Project kaba laipu kendai keluar. Kentu Menteri yagi samla ban penlong ya ka perthei kababha na dong shadong. Kamdon ka jing le pla halor ka jing penjalan ya ka samoy trikam ki ADC ong uno aiktien ka sarkar. Hadian palat hinyo pu arkenta lalap ya ka met urang ba bala sya tep im hamartin. On sa penbit no asyan ya katarik ban ra ya ka jingking yam ong Menteri. Pedko burom Menteri Rangba ikinong ilekai ki balapoi sya kathong. Bat kiwi degi Khubor. Dagi tungin penkut no ikani ka thup Khubor kani ka Taiew menta kublei phi baro pathias.